everyone. This is a little bit different of a video, but I wanted to invite you guys. I am hosting a close to my heart party with my friend Tisa Brown. A lot of you might know her. She is a fellow YouTuber, and she is also a My Little Scrapbook Store design team member. And yeah, I just thought in June maybe I would host a party, and I don't usually do very good at the parties, so but there was a couple things I thought I would share with you guys, and I'll leave a link below if you're interested. So this is basically what I'm going to show you here is the Stars and Stripes workshop. I want to say this might be my very first time doing one of their workshops. They used to have workshops your way, but they've kind of changed them. So instead of just getting the paper and the stickers and the embellishments or whatever you get with them, they kind of give you extra pieces, which like this star here that you can see, those were already, most of them were pre-cut. And then it shows you how to basically do all the layouts. So I started out following somewhat closely to the workshop, but I did venture on my own, as none of you will probably be surprised. But there was a few things. So I'm going to just show you what they have, and then I'm going to show you what I have. And it's cool though, because you do get a cutting guide. So if you like this layout, and this is the Stars and Sparklers, it's a really, really pretty, and it does not have to be like this first one has the stickers that say love this land and freedom and fireworks and celebrate. But other than that, this does not, well, I guess it has the fireworks, but fireworks could be for anything, New Year's, anything like that. So it does not necessarily have to be patriotic. So if you like these colors, now you guys know me, and when they add brown into collections, and I just kind of struggle with that. But this layout was just so gorgeous. I thought, you know what, there's not a whole lot of brown. I'm going to go for it. And I actually altered my layouts so there's not a lot of brown. So this is their first page. And when you get the workshops, you will have a cutting guide. So you can see here, these are what they call their zip strips, which are their manufacturer strips. Then there's, it'll show you how to have the paper and how big to cut it. And it also has like 1A, 1D, 2D. So you know if it goes on the first layout, second layout, or third layout. And then if you choose, I think they used to have cards. I didn't see any card things to make cards at the end, but you have, I'm going to show you what is left over anyway. So this one was kind of cool because not only did it come with everything, it also comes with, it came with this stencil. Oops, let me find a darker piece of paper. So you can kind of see there the stencil a little bit. Trying not to get the glare on there, but it's got stars and then these kind of flowery type stars, which I bet these could be layered. I didn't even think about that. You could do ink in one and then paste through the other and kind of like just shift them so they're a little off. That would be cool. That's really fun. I might play with that. So the first layout, they had, you add stars through the stencil here, here. Oh, I can't get the glare. And then just a little bit here. Now I took mine a little bit further. I did a lot of stars here, very lightly, very faintly, you can see. And I just used this old Moonstruck. I don't think they have Moonstruck anymore, but I'm sure a lot of you probably have. If you want the inks, they tell you what inks to go with this to do it exactly the way they have. But I usually just pull in what I have in my stash. So I also added lighter stars here. I added them here, so pretty much kind of following, although they used this more flowery shaped star and I didn't use that one, but I also added some here. And once I did the blue stars, I added in some of this Stickles glitter gel, which they sell this, and this is probably this is the Moon Dust. That's probably my favorite like gel or paste that I've ever used. And here you can kind of see it I used the same stencil, but In person, you can see it a lot more, but it doesn't take away really from the layout. You can see I added some down there. I even added some over here, although it got covered up mostly. And then I added some in that cluster. It's just so sparkly. And it's some of the easiest stuff to use. It just goes on really smooth. It's definitely my favorite. They have more designs, so look for those if you're shopping. But I chose to not do the brown. I started looking at this layout, and really the only place they had the brown was here, and then a golden star here, which these are like star sequins you can see in the middle of that. Those also came with the kit. But I kind of was like, I don't really want the brown. And so I just took this piece. Let me see. Oh, you know, I might have cut a shape out of it. Sorry, I didn't think to pull this out. Well, here's two of the pieces. Well, here's half of one. Oh, there it is. So these are the pieces that would have gone there. And I just took this and went over one of the scraps of the papers and traced it and then cut it out, and it fit just perfectly there. So that eliminated the brown. I still have these. I might, you know, punch a shape out and make, you know, do-it-yourself thickers or, you know, embellishments with that, because it's a pretty wood grain and it's a pretty brown. I was like, So instead over here, I didn't even add the brown star. So, well, it's kind of goldish. Actually, it's not really a brown star. It's like a matte, flat gold. So that is my first page. And I love how it came out. I did take this cluster here and I moved it over to the left just because I kind of wanted that up, down, and I kind of changed around how I put mine of these compared to how they had it. And then I took a couple more of these flag banner things and I added them up in this top area, just again to give that up, down, up, down, up, down. So that is the first layout that I did. Next is the second one. Okay, and if you like this paper pack but don't want the workshop, by all means, you can get, oh my gosh, my truck won't stay down. I've glued him down a couple times. I had to pull it up to put the balloons underneath, but, so this one, a couple things are different. Let me show you theirs. They don't have a really good, so there is theirs. Is that going to focus, do you suppose? There, that's a little better. So what they did was they added some paste behind the truck and up just some white like gesso type paste. I didn't even think about that at the time, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do it now. I already have the truck down. Originally, I started building my layout this way, which is how they have it here. So my cluster, I have the truck down here. Then I have this banner and the word. And then I started building a cluster. But before, when I was building the cluster over here, I didn't like it because they have it, it kind of goes, like, I didn't like how these lined up with each other. I like it, again, I like that up, down to the double pages. So just a little ways into decorating, I just went like this and said, that works better. I like it better. It goes up, down, up across the page. This part's a little wonky with the banners, but it doesn't bother me. You'll see that I'm missing 2 pictures. I know I have more pictures. I just don't know where they are, so I figure I'll get them later. And this word July is not in the kit. This is a Bella Boulevard chipboard piece, but I wanted something. So I put the journaling box up here thinking I would do my journaling, but I did my journaling on the last page because they're from the same year. And so I was like, oh, what do I put up there? But this word July just happened to fit perfectly on there. So the other thing with a lot of their workshops is you end up with a lot of stuff left over. So like these balloons, they didn't put on any of their layouts. And for the 4th of July, we used to get together and celebrate a bunch of birthdays. So that's why I added the balloons. That's why my truck won't stay down, is because I lifted it up 3 or 4 times to get the balloons. But I felt like that kind of filled in that area and it used the balloons. And I really liked the balloons. I wanted to use those. So that was important to me. And I'm trying to look. Oh, and I added these fireworks to the clusters. I don't know if the fireworks... Yeah, I don't think, again, I think no, they were supposed to be used on the last page, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So I came back and added firework in this cluster here, here, and then the balloons here. And so each cluster kind of has a little something. The other thing you will notice, if you can, again, when it comes to that brown, if you look here on theirs, they have just a couple strips of the banners that are brown. And that's the only brown they had. And so again, I just omitted those banners and cut a couple of my own just from the scraps. And there's no brown on the layout, which I don't have a problem with the brown. I think it's very beautiful. It's just for me. Yeah, so and I might add the year. Oh yeah, I might have to add the year somewhere on here so I know. But I can just stamp that or something. So the last thing I did was add some jewels into the middle of the flowers. Can you see kind of the sparkly jewels there? Those are just some old jewels that I've had. Those were not close to my heart, but you could use the stickles. They sell stickles. You could use anything that goes there, Nuvo drops, or you could just leave the flowers without anything. That would totally be fine. So yeah, and I did, the kits do come with photo mats, and I actually like those because you can see I ended up I put all the pages together except the last one, and then I went back and added photos. And that way they all have a white mat, which I feel like helps ground the photos on this busy page. And look at no white cardstock. I'm actually pretty, this is both, nope, the other one had white cardstock. This was, you know, this is a busier layout for me, but I still like how simple it was. I did move the truck down. They kind of had it floating on theirs. And so I just moved it down because I wanted it to be sitting on something. So that is that layout. And then the last double page for them is this one here. Sorry. So see if that'll focus. That is their last double page. And you can see how the background paper is all splattery and decorated, and those rays. Don't worry about the rays. Let me tell you, they already come pre-sized, pre-cut. So what you get is a cut apart sheet, and you get all the pieces, and you just glue the pieces behind like that. So the ray is totally done for you. I altered mine, and I made mine into a single page. And the reason I did is because I liked the title Home Sweet Home, but I didn't really care for how they had it separated. It's actually really pretty looking at it. I think if I looked at it again, I could do that. But I just decided to do, and I also really liked this background paper, which you can see is super pretty. So, and that came that way. That you don't have to do any mixed media. If you don't like mixed media, all that stuff. Now here's another good example of not sticking, sorry, I got a little distracted, non-patriotic page. So Home Sweet Home, it could be patriotic, it could not be patriotic. There's just these little pinwheels. It does come with that pinwheel. Super easy to make. It's 2 pieces and you just glue them together, and it shows you how in the book. So, I did leave the browns in, and I also put some peel-offs in between. Can you see the different, like I did blue, red, gold, blue, red, gold, blue, red. And I really like how that just kind of, and then I added the gold to the pinwheel, just like the little lines of the pinwheel. I don't know what photo I want to go there, and so there I have like a piece of the backing of the sticker sheet underneath the word sweet, so that it will, I can still tuck the photo in there and it's no big deal. And yeah, so I love this as a single page. I put this journaling box here, and if I don't have anything to journal when I put the photo, I could always add a photo there. So I really liked that. I just feel like it filled in that area quite a bit as well. So last thing, with this being all that I did have some sheets left over. So I was left with a full, well here, let me bring it over. This is the layout that I made. Okay. So I had a full 12 by 12 sheet of this paper, which I think I had either way because, yeah, I'm looking at the layouts they had and it doesn't use that. And then because I made the other one a single page, I had a full 12 by 12 of this kind of background fun paper. And then I had a bunch of like scraps left over from, you know, not doing the second ray on this side. So I took a die that I had and a punch, a star punch and a star die. And then from the scraps that I had left over from this pattern paper, you can see, you might be able to see this little pile here. I sat here and fussy cut for a little while, and that is where I came up with these little firecrackers going up. And I just took some of the leftover. I did have to pull out this red. It's not too far off of the red, but I didn't have enough to do 2 photo mats, and I wanted, you know, 2 full photo mats. So this will be a 4x6 and 4x6, and then these 2 are 4x4 and then 3x4. And any one of these I could add journaling or something instead. I didn't pull photos because I don't know if I have any right now, but I just took the stars. And oh look, I forgot to glue down that star. So that one will go on there. But right here for the title, I took and made my own thickers. So I cut out of white cardstock 3 times each letter, and these are close to my heart alphabets. And I don't know if they're on the clearance part of the website or the last chance sale, but they're a lot cheaper now than when I got them. And now they come with numbers too, which I had to purchase the numbers separately. So I'm really glad that I got those, but look how awesome they look. And they have dimension to them if you do it with 3 layers of white cardstock. And then the gold is just a Tim Holtz gold. He's got like those books of, you know, specialty paper. So at this point, it's kind of, to me, it looks simple and not a lot to it, but I mean, it really does with all the stars. I just played. I just threw all the stars down. I used up the rest of these sequin stars, and I just played, putting them all down. It's not something I normally do, so it was fun to play. And I liked the gold of the July 4th because it just, I feel like it fit in. But those are close to my heart alphabet dies, and they're awesome. Super simple and easy to use. So I will leave a link below to where you can find these products. I will try to link each one separately if I can. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to know if you purchased this kit too and what you think. And if you have any questions about how I did what I did, then let me know and I can try to help you. But this is a gorgeous page. So, and again, it can be used for patriotic or not for patriotic, but it is called Stars and Sparklers. And this kit is only available through the end of June. So after that, it's kind of gone. So if you are interested in this kit, please go grab it while you can. All right, guys, thank you for supporting me, and I will see you next video. Bye.